Major breaking developing news as the United States and Israel attack Iran. This is a massive military assault on Iran, and Mr. Donald Trump said this can last for days. This also may draw other countries into this maybe so-called war. Also in the news that Iran has sent ballistic missiles over to Israel. Everything is happening so fast and the news is still developing. Also, Donald Trump said American soldiers' lives may be lost in this conflict. I mean, I don't know if other countries are going to join this war or who stands with Iran, but this is basically over the nuclear program. And I think about almost a year ago, Trump had sent some weapons and blew up a nuclear site. But right now, he wants the regime change out of Iran, and we are in a major assault right now. I don't know the details of everything that's going on. It happened so early in the morning. It is Saturday morning.
Israeli Defense Forces, along with coordination and potentially help with the United States, have started an attack on Tehran as I speak now at 2:29 a.m. Eastern Time, the United States. What? Yes, the Israeli Defense Forces, along with assistance to the United States, and some sources are even commenting that U.S. forces were alongside the Israeli forces as they began a preemptive strike against Iran. Israel attacked Iran, and potentially it sounds like the United States may have been there with them from some of the early news reports. All this is breaking as I speak. It's 2:29 in the morning right now. Iran did not attack. Israel attacked, and potentially the United States may have coordinated, and some of the news reports are saying that the United States forces were along with the Israeli forces. Sirens are wailing across Tehran, and explosions are occurring throughout Tehran, the capital of Iran. I thought Trump said back in 2011 that Obama was weak and he wanted to start a war to try to help him politically. Donald Trump, what's going on here? We trying to divert from some files, some things like that. I thought we destroyed all those nuclear capability facilities back in June. What is it? We didn't, but you said we did. Why are we doing this again now, Donald Trump? Why are we attacking again? There was a deal originally signed by Obama in 2015 that you canceled in 2018 over the Iran's nuclear program. Why is that? And now we're attacking them because they won't sign a deal that you want? This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Does it make a lot of sense to you all? Sounds a lot like Wag the Dog and prop up Bibi Netanyahu.
Breaking Insomnia News. 2 hours ago, the United States bombed Iran. Today is February 28th, 2026. Iran declared war on the United States in December of 2025. The United States just bombed Iran without congressional approval, of course, because he doesn't care about Congress. He doesn't care about the Supreme Court. Why? Because this is a dictatorship. And the military is not going to save us. They're going to follow his order and send us straight into a world war. We do not have allies. He and his cronies have done absolutely everything in their power to alienate, insult, and push away every single ally that we have. If you're a maggot who's dumb enough to think that we're going to win a world war without having anybody with us, except for fucking Israel, because they're the ones pulling the fucking strings, you're insane.
Israel and America have launched a war against Iran. Of course, Israel has dragged us into it. We have no interest in it at all. They actually promised to give up their entire stockpile at the end, and we invaded them anyway because it was never about that. We have no right to end their ballistic missile program. No one has a right to make them defenseless. And for it to battle Israel's proxy groups, that's why we attacked a sovereign nation. So yes, this is all Israel's fault. There is absolutely no question about it. 80% of Americans didn't want this war. We have no interest in it, but our politicians are corrupt. They're bought by the Israeli lobby, and that's why they started this war.
We are currently witnessing history right now, as Iran has become the first country to strike Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, along with Kuwait, Jordan, and Qatar in a single day, which comes after the US and Israel have launched attacks on Iran. and a U.S. official has said that the United States has not previously faced such a wide range of simultaneous strikes targeting its bases overseas. And we also have reports of an attack on a U.S. base in Iraq, and Iranian state media has said that its Revolutionary Guards are attacking U.S. bases in Bahrain, the UAE, Qatar, and Kuwait. The New York Times is also reporting that Iranian proxy Hezbollah will start to attack American bases in the coming hours. We also currently have assassination reports. According to assessments, the commander of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has been eliminated by Israeli decapitation strikes on Iran, and an Iranian source has told Reuters that several IRGC and civilian decision makers have been eliminated. And we have reports that Iran's supreme leader along with Iran's president were both targeted in a U.S.-Israeli attack, but both assassination attempts have failed.
The United States and Israel have initiated coordinated military strikes against targets inside Iran, with President Donald Trump announcing the commencement of major combat operations aimed at eliminating imminent threats posed by the Iranian regime. Israeli officials describe the action as a preemptive effort to neutralize existential dangers to regional security. In direct response, Iran has confirmed that its forces have launched ballistic missile attacks targeting multiple United States military installations across the Gulf region. According to Iran's Fars news agency, the strikes have hit Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the forward headquarters of US Central Command and the largest American military facility in the Middle East, Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait, Al Dhafra Air Base in the United Arab Emirates, the US Naval Support Activity Bahrain, home to the headquarters of the US Navy's Fifth Fleet. Bahrain has officially confirmed that facilities associated with the Fifth Fleet were targeted in the missile barrage. Reports from AFP indicate explosions in Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia, though the precise nature and origin of these incidents remain under verification at this time. Within Iran, the situation is equally fluid and alarming. Multiple explosions have been reported in Urmia, in the western province, immediately following Israeli military announcements of strikes in that area. The Israeli Defense Forces issued evacuation warnings to residents in proximity to Iranian military installations. A loud explosion has now been heard in Tehran, the Iranian capital, as reported by Al Jazeera Arabic and corroborated by witnesses describing smoke rising over parts of the city. In Manama, Bahrain's capital, a fresh explosion has been documented by AFP, following the initial missile attack on the nearby US base. In Doha, Qatar, multiple detonations were audible shortly after the Qatari Ministry of Defense stated that air defense systems had successfully intercepted all incoming Iranian missiles. Assessments of any residual effects continue. This exchange of strikes has placed the Gulf region and beyond on maximum alert. Air raid sirens, defensive activations, and civilian protection measures are in force across several nations. DRM news correspondents are actively monitoring official statements, military sources, and on-the-ground reports. We will return with confirmed updates as information is verified. Stay with us for continuing coverage of this rapidly evolving and highly volatile crisis.